Hello everyone, I'm Chev. Welcome back to another Fantasy Grounds tutorial video. In the last video, we went over constructing actual sheets using the Fantasy Grounds features. There is something I figured out that they have that I didn't know they had, and that is a character wizard right here. If you go to the PCs tab and you do this character wizard, it will walk you through everything. So I'm going to go ahead and delete Rum, and well, I'm not going to delete Rum. I'm just going to go through real fast and just kind of show this off. So we'll just call it Rum 2, and then he is a Goliath. Yep. Okay, and then I'm actually wondering if this wizard, if it shows those races if we don't have them. So let's actually load the modules. Let's actually just delete this real fast. Cancel the wizard. And let's unload Volo's guide, which I believe is where that came from. Where are you, Volo's guide? There you are. Okay, and then now do we have Goliath anymore? Let's just verify that in the races. Okay, nope, we don't. Let's check out this. Okay, so this adjusts itself. Alright, that's good to know. Let's go ahead and load that back up. Yeah, I just discovered this feature. Apparently it's something new that they've been working on. There we go, Goliath, and we'll call him Rum 2. Okay, and then I guess next, or what are we doing here? Stats. Why does it have our stats already? Let's try this again. Okay, so we chose Goliath, and it already sets some stats up. That's interesting. Okay. If we don't choose that, let's try it again one more time. If we don't choose that, do we get to change these? No. Okay. So this is just kind of filling it out as we go. Interesting. All right, so Goliath, and then it's already got stats. Oh, I can click into stats. Standard array. Oh, it by default goes to standard array. Oh, and it's cool. This is actually showing the adjustments. So you can put in the manual entry like we wanted to. Okay, let's go. Oops, let me do that. Let's go back in here to our abilities. 16, 13, 14, 10, 12, 16. 16, 13, 14, 10, 12, 16. 16, 13, 14, 10, 12, 16. Okay. Cool. And then the racial adjustment. Awesome. That's really cool. Okay. So that's pretty neat. Let's go on to the next one. Select a class, Barbarian. And then we're going to choose his proficiencies, which I think were animal handling and intimidation. It doesn't matter. We don't have to get this exactly right. Skill proficiency. Select multi-class. Nope, no multi-class. Cool, it even has multi-class. Level. We can already jump him to level 5. Nice. Oh, wow, this is really starting to... They're trying to pull the D&D Beyond type of stuff in here, you can tell. Okay, let's see. And then next, select a background and a background feature. Folk Hero. Proficiencies with Jeweler's Tools. Okay. And then inventory selection. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. You can already just start tracking your gear and weapons. So let's just do like Morning Star. And one thing it doesn't do is give you that starting equipment type wizard that D&D Beyond has, which is nice. So yeah, so I'd have to go through here and just pick out all my equipment, probably by reading, you know, the rule book or whatever, but we'll just leave it with the Morning Star for now. Okay, and that's it. Select race, inventory, spells, feats. We did take the alert feat. Okay. Select level 4 feet. How do we commit this? It's like it's not taking for some reason. They might not be done with this. This might still be in development. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, somehow it didn't even finish creating the character. Oh well. I'm not going to worry about that now. I think it's just not finished, but it's pretty awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. In this one, I want to do combat. We already have Rum from our last video that we created. He's already good to go. He's a full-blown character sheet and doesn't depend on D&D Beyond at all anymore. And but it wouldn't matter if he was a shell sheet or not, as long as the numbers are all correct and you have all the actions tab, the actions tab all correct, then everything will work as far as the combat is concerned. So let's go ahead and delete this and put the new Rum in there. Okay, so we got him in there, and then we're gonna go ahead and open up a map here. Oh, let's get this back to images and maps. Okay, we're going to find a battle map. One of the best ways to do that is to load a map module. So let's go to my library, and I'm going to load me up some Dungeon Masters maps. Cool. And then we'll go to that category. Not artwork. Maps. Okay, we've got a bunch of different maps here. Oh, it's cool. I've never seen this one before. Well, this is perfect. Okay. And then, okay, so hand-drawn map, which apparently we can't... Am I in the player mode? No. Why can't we modify this map? I guess we got to copy it to modify it. So to copy stuff, it's pretty easy. You can drag this into the chat here, and there's a copy, or you could just drag that one down. It would do the same thing. Let's open up our copy instead. That should allow us to manipulate it. Sweet. Do we have any line of sight on it already? No. So we could draw the corridors with line of sight already. I'm not going to worry about that now. I'll show you quickly how to do it, though. It's pretty straightforward. You can draw different things. You can draw walls, terrain, doors, and secret passages. Okay, so I'm going to take the line tool here and draw a wall. Okay, and then we'll draw a door from here to here. Okay, and then we're going to put Rum's token on there from the combat tracker. Oh, hold on. Let's get rid of him. We got to put the grid on first. Ah, shit. There we go. Delete token, not close map. Okay, and we still have our walls in place. Okay, good. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the grid first, real fast. Okay, wow, that actually looks good. I don't think I need to tweak it much. Okay. And so now we can put him on there and he'll fit into the grid better. Cool. You can make the grid invisible and it still works, by the way. So if you don't like the grid, it still snaps to the grid and everything like it's supposed to. Okay, so Rum, let's turn on line of sight for you. So he can't see what's going on here. Oh, right, I forgot. Okay, so one thing that with doors is they have to be a box, like an area. You have to define an area. So we got to put like a little bit out here. Let's see. Let's just delete these, actually. Start fresh. Okay. Let's do a door. In fact, it's easiest to do a rectangle. So if we just draw a rectangle like this. Ah, damn it. I did it with a wall. There is undo with this, by the way. Control Z. Unlike the drawing, which is weird. Alright, now if we do this, Rum will see this door is closed. Okay, so he can see the door. That's the rectangle we're seeing there. Probably could have drawn it smaller so it fits the line better, but whatever. As the DM, I can click to open it, and so can he. Let's share this. So can he on the client here. Oh, let me open up. Select Rum. There we go. Okay, so he can actually open this up and see inside it too. So that's kind of cool for drawing doors. Now, what's also cool is the GM can, is it control click it? No, shift click it. There, shift click it, and now it's locked. Now he can't. It's closed and locked, and if he tries to click it, you see the little lock icon. So that's pretty cool. So players can open doors at the GM's will. Let's go ahead and continue just a little bit of a wall real fast. Wall right here. Okay, we'll go this way, and then yeah, and then we'll continue this way. Okay, so now you can see Rum moving around the corridor, and these S's, I assume, on this hand-drawn map are supposed to be secret passages. So we can click the secret here, and then we can do just like doors, draw a little box like that. In fact, to make sure it's not obvious, you probably want to just draw it small like that. Okay. Now if we go back here, he won't see into the... We probably wanted to cover that S more because the S makes it kind of obvious. But yeah, so he can't click it either. Oh, wait, he can. Oh, that's weird. Did we do a secret door? Yeah, we did. Oh, because I'm the DM. Duh, I'm a moron. Okay, yeah, if he's over here... Okay, there. See, he can't see. These are just walls as far as he's concerned. He can see that door, but these are secrets. So if they roll like an investigation check or something and they roll really good, then I might be like, haha, you found a secret passage. And then they can see in there. So that's kind of fun. Those cannot be locked. Let's see. Let's just show you terrain real fast since we already showed you everything else pretty much. Terrain is like... There's no stairs, but let's just pretend that these are stairs here. Okay, and we'll just draw, oops, terrain, draw a little box, like that. Move this up so that they're in line. Okay, and so terrain is like, you can't see beyond, so you can see into the terrain. So like, say if it was like so I can see the stairs, but I can't see what's at the top of the stairs. Until I move into the terrain, now I can see both sides of the terrain. I can see down, and I can see on top. And then once I move on top, I can no longer see beyond the terrain. So it's good for trees and stuff like that. It's not perfect. Obviously, if this was a stairwell, there'd be no reason why you couldn't see this here. You can toggle it open, though, as the DM. So you can open up the terrain if you think it's something that they should be able to see through for some reason at that moment. Or you can close it. You can mess around with the terrain quite a bit. It's mostly just a visual thing. So it can be kind of... It's just an interesting way to close off line of sight as you move through terrain. And that's pretty much it. That's how you add line of sight to maps. So if you want to do that, feel free. But I opened up this map because I wanted to show combat. But I just figured, well, I might as well show that while we're here. This is a perfect map for that example. So one thing we can do is we can do what we've done before. Let's go find a goblin. Now we should have a goblin already predefined for us. Let's throw a goblin and a goblin boss in there. Okay, and then you don't have to show these guys individually, so you can put their. This allows you. So the fact that these are invisible means that the player doesn't see them in the combat tracker, like I've shown you before. He doesn't see anything, but it allows you to place them down, just like this, and get them all right and everything, and then you can hit this button up top and show them all at once. Now he'll see them over here and on the map. If I go toggle these off, you can't see anything. Okay, so Rum can go in and now he'll see these goblins. Okay, so what's cool though is as the player, Rum, let's just select my token as Rum. I'm going to target the goblin boss. Okay, so then when it's on my turn, well, I got to start combat over here. Let's actually roll for initiative for everyone. Okay, there. So Rum, let's make Rum act first. So you're gonna... Oh yeah, I forgot that sucks. Okay. So Rum, you're first. and he's going to roll an attack. So he can come in here, and Rum can select his token. You can double click his token to pull up his sheet if he wants, but you notice he selects his token and then he control clicks Goblin Boss, and then over here in the combat tracker it shows targets Goblin Boss. Let me see if I pop this down. Does that work on the client? Oh yeah, I should do that more. But basically, there's a quick toolbar here you can expose to the players. So you can clear targets, so that clears all of his targets. Or I can go to target mode and select a target. If I clear targets, go to target mode and drag a box. It selects all those targets, I believe. Or not. Maybe that's a bug, I don't know. Okay, but anyway, the easiest way to target is just with a control click, because I can target all these guys now if I've got control clicking them. Okay, and then if you look in the combat tracker, it shows all of his targets, and it shows that for you, the GM, as well. But what's cool is you can hit this little target marker, and you can see the different targets, and you can clear targets. And so you can clear his targets for him through this interface. I believe this also clears targets for the selected token, even if you're the GM. A lot of redundant functionality in some cases for some of this stuff. So target enemy units. So if I select Rum and target enemy units, oh, there you go, targets all of them. Cool. Clear targets. I'm still convinced that this is supposed to target them if I drag a box. It's just not working. Selection mode. I can select all these tokens. Oh. Yeah. It's because I'm the player. I'll bet you this works if I'm the GM. It should work as the player, but I'll bet you it doesn't. So clear targets. Let's see. Let's go back to select. Okay, Rum's selected. Now let me drag a box. Oh yeah, it totally works if you're the GM. That's a bug. I should report that. Okay. Yeah. So and then there's drawing mode for the player to draw. That's kind of nice. And then there's eraser mode. Zoom to fit. That zooms the map out. Okay, yeah, I like that stuff. What is this one? Target friendly units. So he targets himself, of course. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's some target stuff there. I'll submit the bug. In fact, I'm going to add that to my little note so I don't forget. Cannot drag box around multiple enemies to target them if I am a player. Okay, cool. So this is how that works. And once something's targeted, so let's just show you that real fast. How do I leave this mode? There we go. Let's target Goblin Boss here. All Rum now has to do when it's on his turn is load up his sheet, go to Actions, and pick his action. So I can roll an attack, and you'll see it roll over here, and it tells you it's a hit. And then it will roll. Then you can roll the damage. And not only does it tell you the damage, but it also damages the enemy in the tracker here. You can see wounded. And if we go over to the GM side, you can see that he took 10 damage and has 21 health. So he has 11 health left. Pretty cool. It's able to keep track of that stuff. Okay, let's say Rum took his turn. Goblin 2. Alright, so Goblin 2 is totally going to attack... Oh, whoops. Right here. Attack Rum. He's going to move in between these guys. And then he's going to swing with his... Well, he's going to come up front here. Oops, I didn't mean to move that guy. There. And then he's going to swing with his scimitar. He's going to hit, and he's going to do damage. And now Rum is damaged. And if Rum looks at his own character sheet, he can see he's taken 4 damage in the sheet here. And then in the combat tracker, that should be reflected too. Let's go look. Yep, you can see his damage there. And yeah, so this streamlines combat a lot. And what's cool is if you're the DM, NPCs automatically pop down their list of all their actions that they can do. So just make sure your NPCs have that properly filled out and you'll be good to go. Okay, now it's Goblin Boss's turn, so let's go ahead and select him. I kind of wish it would auto-select the token of whose turn it is when you're the GM. That would be nice. But yeah, so we'll select Goblin Boss, control click the Goliath. So you can see now that there's basically a two-way arrow going because they both have each other targeted. Okay, so Goblin Boss, he's going to throw a javelin. Oh, that was a melee attack that he made, actually. So he hits him, and then he does 6 damage to him. They're both the same attack, though, so it doesn't matter. Alright, and then he's got redirect attack. The goblin chooses another goblin within 5 feet of it, so he can do that. Nimble escape, multi-attack. Looks like he has 2 attacks that he can make with his scimitar. So yeah, so you can see everything that matters for the combat of this guy right here. It's super nice. I really like it. If he has, oops, I don't know how I did that. If he has like, if someone has, if Rum moved away, for example, and then like say Goblin 2 takes an opportunity attack, then we can come into Goblin 2 here and just say, hey, you took your reaction, and that's already used. And then when it comes back around to Goblin 2, it will reset his reaction once it's his turn. So yeah, let's see if I come in here and mark he's used his reaction because he in between his turn he took an opportunity attack, and then we get to his turn, it resets that. So that's kind of a nice little tracker. What else can we use in here? That's a size and reach, so you can adjust their size. So I could say, oh, actually he has massive size, and so you can see the red square shows where like the space he occupies, basically. Or we can just drop this back down and say he has a massive reach, and so this is going to the gray square is his reach, so as far as he can melee, basically. And when you hover over, it shows their reach. See, they all have 5-foot reach, but he has, but whatever I put, 20-foot reach. So those are useful. Effects. Okay, so effects are important. If you have different effects that need to occur, let's put some stuff onto Rum. Modifiers. Oh, right. Okay, so let's actually go over modifiers before effects. This is the little dots I talked about in the very first video. Way down here on this modifier thing, there's little dots. Okay, you can put that there is. Let's say Rum is behind cover. How do I drag? How do I do these? I forget. These are custom modifiers. Okay, so if he's behind cover, and then we choose this guy. Oh yeah, okay. See, a little dot gets filled out down here. Who does it put behind cover? Oh, okay. Right. Okay. So, I think we want to do this as the player. So, I got my sheet over here, and I'm going to, as Rum, I'm going to be shooting this Goblin Boss, but he's behind cover. So, I'm going to select cover, and then... Oh. Okay, so these are custom modifiers. I forget how they work, though. Yeah, I totally forget how this works. Okay, yeah, so you can add different modifiers To apply a modifier from the list, click the plus minus button. There's the modifier. A numerical modifier will be added to the modifier stack. Hide show a modifier in the player modifiers list. Click the eye icon on the right side of the modifier entry. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I have to be the one to add these. Okay, let's take a look at that again. Rule set modifier details. Okay, so if I pick this goblin and I say he's behind cover. Okay. And then I come over to here and I go to target him and attack him. It should roll my ranged attack with disadvantage, I think. Cover. Oh, it's a -2 for cover. Okay. But it did work. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, so I've marked that guy as behind cover, which caused okay, cool. All right. And then you can create the custom modifier. So as the GM, you have to modify this list. So I see. So let's see. Effects. Frightened. Does that? Nope. Okay. So if I add, let's say he's frightened, it puts a little frightened effect on the goblin boss. So that's how the effects work. You can just drag them. If you want to say he's prone, or like let's say this guy's prone, you can add that he's prone. And then that will cause effects to happen when he attacks too. So if Rum decides to attack this guy instead, and he's prone, and he attacks the Morning Star, it should be with advantage. Yeah, okay. So he gets a hit on that guy because he's prone. Okay. Yeah, so the effects and the modifiers are something I actually don't use a lot, so that's why I don't know a ton about them. But yeah, it's good to know how that stuff works. One thing I wanted to do, so I was showing you how to add NPCs to the combat tracker. Well, it kind of sucks to have to add all these NPCs every time. Let's go ahead and delete all the NPCs currently. And let's turn back on line of sight for Rum here. We lose our... Why this no worky? Why no worky? Maybe if I reopen the map. Oh, yeah, that fixed it. Okay, so Rum's over here, and he's about to open this door, okay? Let's just say that I'm the GM, and I'm about to... He's about to open this door, and there's going to be an encounter back there. Well, use the encounter builder. So I usually create a custom category in here. This little thing lets you create categories, and I'll just create one for this campaign. It's called Fantasy Adventure or something, whatever I called it. We'll select that category, and then I'll create a new encounter. What's cool is I can come in here and I can add Goblin to this encounter. Let's say there's 4 goblins and a goblin boss. Okay, and what's really nice is, and this is where way cooler than Roll20 in my opinion, is you now have placement tokens for this encounter. So I'm going to open up a map and just put these tokens in there. Okay, and what's cool is if you go over to Rum, let's open this up. If we go over to Rum, oh, he does see those. Okay. I didn't know if he would see those right now because this is just token preparation, basically. And so if we lock this encounter, let's call it Goblin Room. Lock this encounter and then close it out. The tokens disappear. And it disappeared over here too. So definitely, this is something you do during prep time. Apparently, the player can see it if you're doing it in front of them. But this is something you'd be doing during prep time. I'd be putting this map together and putting encounters. Okay, so they're coming to this room. Oh no, I gotta go find my encounter. Let's say you have 50 of them. It's gonna be like, oh shit, which one? Just drag this out, and there's a pin. That's it. Now, when he comes to this room, you can say, oh, Goblin room. Oh, okay. And then you can hit this little button, add encounter to combat tracker, and it immediately puts them all in here. They're invisible. Their tokens are placed. You can just turn them on, turn them visible, and then when Rum goes to open the door, ta-da! There they all are. So line of sight appears to be working. It's just not showing the visual effects for some reason. Let's go reopen that map. There we go. But yeah, so you can now see the encounter in there. It's really cool. It's nice because let's say you want to have multiple encounters in the same hallway or something. One for when they're going one direction and one for when they're coming back another direction. Just have 2 pins. Just say encounter traveling north encounter and traveling south encounter or something. It's really nice. The encounter builder in this is my favorite. One of my favorite things. It makes things really easy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of all these again. We've figured out how to do encounters. The other cool thing that we have is parcels. So we've got a secret over here that Rum can't see, right? Let's say he finds this room. Oh, actually, let's just use this room here. Okay, there's a secret room in here. And we want to put some treasure in there. Okay, so I'm going to create me a parcel. I would put it in a custom category, but since we have nothing, it's not a big deal. Treasure, let's call it. And let's say in this treasure, there's 15 gold pieces, a few silver pieces, and then also we want to give them some. Let's say there's a hand axe of warning in there. We'll put a bag of holding or something. Bag of holding. Okay, we'll put that in there. You can put all sorts of stuff in there, and we'll lock this. And then just like before, you can just drag that on there like that. And then let's say Rum finds this room and he comes inside, then I can say, oh, looky, you found treasure, and then I can give him that stuff. So what's really cool, though, is you can drag this whole treasure onto Rum, I believe, and it gives it to him. So now if we go to his inventory, oh, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't work that way. Oh, nope, it just dropped a pin. Let's see, let's try dragging the treasure onto Rum that way. Did that do it? Nope. Maybe through the combat tracker? There's one official way to do it. I just thought maybe there was a quick shortcut to do it, but I don't think there is. Nope, okay, so that's not adding it to it. So I would have to manually take the items out of the parcel and give it to him. Like I can drag these links for sure over here, the bag of holding and the hand axe. I'd have to drag them individually to give them to him. But what's really cool is this party sheet. So it's the little people with the eye at the top. If you ever, it says party sheet. If you drag your party members onto this sheet, then you have all sorts of cool stuff. So one really cool thing is you can force them to roll stuff from this sheet. Can I minimize this? Minimize. There we go. You can force them to roll stuff. Like I made him roll a dexterity check. You can do a group roll. So if you have multiple party members in here. Oh, that's cool. The minimize map goes right there. Sweet. You can force everyone to roll a strength check, for example. You can choose from all these different abilities and strengths or skills, and you can have everyone roll in your party. Let's see. Can we add Rum twice? No. Let's just create a temporary new PC named Sarah. We'll add Sarah to there. Okay, and then we can force both of them to roll survival checks, which is pretty cool. So this screen's kind of awesome, and it gives you a quick glance at everything, all their abilities and their HP and stuff. And what's so funny is this is the one place where you see HP 40 out of 50. Everywhere else it's tracked, they track wound. But yeah, so over here, obviously she has no health. So, but anyway, the inventory tab is my favorite. And we never get to use this because we don't use Fantasy Grounds for inventory. But when he finds the treasure, I can drop the parcel in here, and it adds the gold, it adds the bag of holding, and then you can assign people to it. So you can assign, let's see, I forget. It's been so long since I've played with this tool. Let's see, let's say assign Rum. Nope, assign Rum. Nope. Assign Rum. Nope. Okay, I guess you just have to type his name. Oh, it auto-completes. Okay, that's right. Okay, so we'll give the hand axe of warning to Sarah and the bag of holding to Rum. And then, oh, you can sell the items, turn them into gold. So that's kind of cool. And then you just hit this little button to distribute the assignments. And the coins will be split up evenly. So if I do that, then Rum got a silver piece and a few gold pieces. And he also got the bag of holding. You can see the party's entire inventory, which is kind of cool. Carried by Rum, carried by Sarah. There's her hand axe. And if we go open up Sarah here, and we go to the inventory tab, you can see there's the hand axe and the gold, which she doesn't already have categories for, so it just starts adding them on this line. If I had already added a GP category up here, it would have just added it to it, and which should have happened to Rum. Yep, added. It just incremented the number. And so yeah, this party sheet is pretty cool, and it also distributes XP too. Here, XP. So you can drag encounters or quests. So we already know about encounters. Let's go to encounters. We got our goblin room. Okay, and there's 0 XP. So that's this is not really going to work right here. But if they had XP, if I had filled out the XP of the encounter, it would show up here, and then we can award that to the players. Let's just go ahead and say it was 300, and we'll award it. Each got 150. It splits it up between them, and then it checks that box to say that it was awarded already. You can uncheck it if you want to redistribute it again. Quests are very similar to encounters, except it's just whatever. It's just help merchant find lost inventory. Okay, and that's worth I don't know, 10 XP. Okay, and then we'll just do that. Oh, we'll name it lost inventory, and you can drag that quest there, and then you can go ahead and award that XP to the party. Pretty straightforward. The order and marching formation is a useful tool. You can put these guys out here. Oh, Sarah doesn't have a token, so she's struggling. Sarah is a slime. Okay, now Sarah has a portrait or a token. Okay, and so you can discuss the marching order and stuff. And this is actually a good place to sketch too. If you just want to, this might even be better than using that blank image. If it might be better to just come in here and go into drawing mode and say, "Oh yeah, you guys are in a cave." Oh wait, why is it not drawing? This is a bug. It's not going into drawing mode. Yeah, nope. Are we in drawing mode now? Drawing. Enter drawing mode. Okay, so you can do it through right click, and that works fine. Clear drawing. Okay. It's so the drawing stuff is so buggy. It's ridiculous. Okay, so don't use these tools. They're bugged. Use the right click drawing mode to do it. But yeah, let's see. Disable shortcuts, set grid. Oh, you can do all sorts of stuff in here, can't you? Snap to grid. Pointers. Okay, this is definitely, I feel like, the better area then to do just like plain Jane stuff. Like if you're just gonna draw and have a basic encounter, the party sheet is where it's at. So that's probably what that's intended for, is to just do stuff in here. Can I target in here? Oh yeah, it's basically a map. Okay, cool. So you can do all that stuff in here. Awesome. Okay, so that's a good thing to keep open. I'm going to start using that more. Watch order. Why does this let me... Does that mean it takes her out of the party? Oh yeah, it totally does. That's silly. Okay. Alright, go ahead and delete that temporary character I made. that's pretty much the basics of combat. You saw the tracker, you saw the party sheet. Where are we at? Okay, what else could we go over in the next one? I don't think there's a lot more to go over. I think I want to do one more video to show off some modules that I put together, and then we'll call it there. So thanks guys for watching this one, and I'll catch you in the last one.